All right, all right, all right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Give me just 1 second here. I have to find my PowerPoint slide. All right, be with you 1 second. As soon as that file uploads. All right, let's get that out of the way. Stream. All right, can everyone hear me okay? Can anybody hear me okay? That's nice, special guest, keyboard. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Loud and clear. All right, thank you very much, John. Okay, does it tell me how many are in here? Well, we got enough. All right, we'll just start at the top because I guess normally I don't know where that participants list is. So we'll just start at the top here of the chat. We have Lynn McCurdy in the High Desert Model Railroad. I forget what C stands for. MMRC. Ray Bertelstein, Boxcar Jerry, Grandpa Rails. John, number 2, Schuylkill River Valley. Grandpa Rails are and Great Northern. Thank you for being here. John Rails. Sparky, thank you very much. Hope you got a dozen cookies. Sorry, I don't have cookies, but I can go up. I got some Twix bars and some Snickers I can share with you. Let's see. Got everybody else there. Lynn McCurdy. I said Ray, Sparky, Great Northern. Steve 87 PSAP, Southwest Railroad. Great Northern JJ, I think I said that. JJ or Dave BNSF, welcome. Randall Ellison, welcome. Southwest Railroad. All right. Too busy reading that great joke. Always got to have something in there. 17. All right, that's more than enough to start. Curly Express, I think I said that. I don't know. Dave BNSF, Curly Randall. Anthony Dodge, thank you for being here. Steve 87. Ray. Great Northern. Scott Bond, welcome. Randall. Okay, I think I went through all the comments there and covered everybody that is in there. So, what do we have tonight? Let me go to this one. Perfect. Okay. So, last time I did a live stream, I took apart, we went through Lionel accessories, things like that. And at the end of the show, I took apart a coal loader. And I just took it apart, and it was a mess. And I said, well, that's a project for later. And I said, well, let's just see what's in there. Let me clean it up and go from there. There we go. A couple extra parts, no big deal. Throw the bin somewhere. Let's go with that. This is something, if we have too much time, we could do this later. That's a whole another thing there. How is the battery doing on here? All right. Well, let me know what I'm going to plug in. Oh, the battery's already plugged in. So yeah, I got a bunch of parts here, and I guess it's been like a month since I took this apart. So let's see if I can remember how this goes back together, because not really sure. I mean, I think I figured it out. Which part do I want to start on first? You know what? I'm going to go with this motor here. A piece of wire goes with the motor. And how did I take this apart? So on the motor, I took this apart before and I cleaned it pretty good and just kind of put it back together. So what I want to do here with the motor is take it apart again, and I'm going to put some grease in here, and then just for the fun of it, you can see what's inside the motor. So I'm going to need the grease. I'm going to need the brush. I think that's all I need. I only need that. And I might need that. Probably need that. Well, anything else that's in the drawer. So this is yeah, the motor for the coal loader. I'm sorry, yeah, the coal loader is what we're working on here. Lionel coal loader from 1950 something. Okay, so that is looking pretty good in there. You know what? Let me show you. Yeah, so that's what this did look like, and the grease that was in there was pretty unbelievable. I had to really scrape it out of there. That stuff sticks in there pretty bad. So, and let's see, might as well show you since we're here. We got the slides up. Yeah, so there's the base of it. That's the end of that. Yeah. So that's what that looked like when I started on it. So we have the motor. This is interesting. It has these little brass like bushings on each side here, like right there, that hold these gears in. So that works. So that should be pretty good shape. So all I'm going to do here, like I said, I took this apart like a month ago. We're just going to put some grease in here, like that. A little bit on there and there. And what I do is when I have to grease like these metal gears, I have this paintbrush that I use specifically for gears. And you really want to get that grease in there, because if you just kind of like put it on the top, it's just going to, you know, spin out of there. So I like to get that grease and make sure it's, you know, down inside those gears there really good. And in the teeth of the gears is what I'm saying. And then trying to rotate this a little bit. I'm just turning the shaft of the motor here to get that around and work that grease in. And then we'll kind of do that. Since there's extra grease, we'll try and jam it down inside the gears here. So yeah, this was a project I had started last month. I took it all apart, cleaned it. So tonight's show, we're just going to try and see if I remember how this goes back together, and we'll see if it works. And then might have one or two other projects depending on how much time this takes. Reading comments there. Superlube. Yeah, Superlube. So put that on here. Put my screws back in. like that. Okay, and on this end here is the brushes. There's 2 screws here. Well, I'm not going to take that apart. I did clean the commutator on the inside. You can see in there how nice and shiny that is. So I cleaned that. And these are where your 2 brushes go in. So you basically have to take this whole assembly off. There's a screw here and a screw there. You have to take that off and fit that in there together with the brushes. So that's how that goes in. So there's not a whole lot to show you on that other than 2 brushes and the commutator in there I already cleaned. So we'll set that aside. I need a rag. Get the blue towels here. Always have some blue towels handy. And see if we can get the base of this together. So if you remember what this looked like when I took it apart, this is basically what we started with. And Edward's in the house. Happy Valley Hobbies and Todd Armstrong, welcome. Yeah, this is what we started with, and I was concerned that all this, well, you can't see me point at it, that it was in bad shape. It was rusted or something. It was going to have to be painted, and it turned out that that was just all surface stuff, and it washed right off. And as you can see, that just took a little bit of soap and water, and that came out fantastic. So I'm kind of excited about that. And this too. Now I thought this was just aluminum, but it does actually have some paint on it, and it's mostly there. It's peeling just a tiny bit here, but I am not going to worry about that. So that's just soap and water, and that's all that took to get this nice and clean and shiny. So that's pretty good. So being as that's what we started with, that's how it goes. That's pretty good. As far as that motor cover, this is how it turned out. Yeah, the motor cover here, it's not too bad. Should have cleaned that a little bit better. This is just the paint came off, so that's all there is to it. I don't know, it'd be nice to paint it, but the thing is, this should come out, but then I'd have to tape off this lettering or something, and I'll probably just make a mess out of it. So for today, I'm just going to put this together like that, and kind of get to that. So let's see if I can get this together. I remember that goes there. Now then, let's see if I put this in. Can I do that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. And then down inside here, there's a spring. You can see, well, here. Yeah, I can take that out. So basically what holds that coal tray on is this spring right here, and that's it. So put that in here. Stretch that spring up to there. Okay. So what's going to happen is when I put the shaft in here, that's going to hold this in place. So then this here assembly goes in here. So let's see. And of course I screwed up. So one thing that I got for this brand new belt for it that runs the coal up, that's from Trainworks. Oh, can't see that probably. Okay, train works. So that was $9.50 for the new belt that goes on there. And of course, just realizing I put that on, this has to come back off in order to put that belt on. We'll get the grease all over me. So this has to go that way. Put the belt on there, and then we got to put the roller in the top. Like, yeah, okay. Right? Probably screwed something up. Probably be taking this apart again. So this roller goes in here. I need to find the pin. There's the pin. I do have some clips in there. So let's see if we can get that in there the way it belongs. Stop destroying something. There. Not make this too hard. And does it matter? Doesn't matter which side the pin goes in. Sort of. Of course, one more part. Let's see, that would go on like that. This piece here. So I will take the pin back out. And we got to get that through that roller. Which now is impossible to do because I can't see it. I have a tool for that. So we use this to align. There we go. That should work, I think. Put that in there. Nope, that's not going to work because now I got to line that. There we go. Trying to get this pin lined up through that hole. Okay, put that on. Perfect, perfect. So we got that on. We got the pin through there. Somewhere, of course, the original clip that I had on the end here, the original clip that was on there, went flying when I took this apart. So I found some other clips. So we'll see if we can get one of these other ones that I found go in there. Am I missing anything? Everybody's saying hello. All right, very good. PK, where do you go? PK and W Modelers, welcome. We'll see if this clip go on there like that. See if I could pinch my fingers in here. Fantastic. Okay, so we have rolling assembly, kind of, right? Okay, definitely going to need some oil on that, but we got that far with it. Okay, so we have the shaft here that's got to go in there somehow. Let's see what kind of parts we got. Got an extra part. I don't know what that does. It's not going to go in there. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's put this in here. And then we'll see where that part goes. So on the other side, well, both sides have this little rectangular bushing that goes in there. That. And then they both get them in there. Okay, so we got that together, and I need to put the hold that on. Is that where that's supposed to be? I still forget where this part goes. There we go. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So we got this, that, that. So that would go. On there, a couple of screws. Lost the screwdriver. There it is. The extra parts are better, you know. We'll see what happens. And then we'll figure it out. So these little, so it's got these little clips here, and they go on top of where that bearing goes, right there. So that's where those clips go, or these things here that hold it in. So we'll see if we can do this without losing any screws. Yeah, extra parts are good. Missing screws are not necessarily good. Trying to get these screws in. Well, I throw parts all over. All right, got one screw started. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be taking this apart again. Really having a fight getting these little screws in here. All right, put that side in. Oh, okay, so this probably goes like that. So you can get a little bit of oil in there if you need to. So there's like a tiny little hole right here. Let's see. Hey, see, there's a tiny hole right there. And then this bushing, or this cover, has a little slot in it. So that would probably go like that, so that you can get a little bit of oil in there if you need to. There we go. We're getting better at this. Again, you know, this is another one of those Lionel accessories from the 1950s, and I just, whenever I find them for cheap, I get them because I'm just, you know, I like how they work. They're very simple. You know, in the 1950s, they had nothing but, you know, motors and relays to work with, and made some pretty cool stuff. Okay, that's, oh, okay. Let's screw anything up on the bottom here. No, that looks okay. Yeah, that's lining up okay on the bottom. Okay, that looks like that's how that should go. So our motor goes in that way, except for I need to solder a wire onto here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, that goes. No, that would go. No, that has to go on the top. Okay. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this, see, there's a little tab right here, a little bump right there, and then there's a hole. There's two screw holes right here, and then there's a hole over here that has to line up with that. So before I do that, I need to attach a wire to that. Let's see. That wire goes underneath and screws onto, or solders onto that. So let me get soldering iron out. So this is the piece of wire I got to solder back on. Get a soldering iron. And let me get that hot. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. There's a soldering iron to melt everything while I'm not paying attention. And some solder. Like that. And I'm going to need a wire brush for that. Go back. Well, we'll find those parts. They're here somewhere. Well, we'll get the parts in there. What was I doing here? Oh, okay. Well, we're already going to disassemble because I put this part on upside down. If we look at this picture and then that, of course, that's upside down. Good job. All right, we could do that while we're waiting for the soldering iron to heat up. And of course, we got to take the whole thing apart. Mess with this pin again. So this piece goes like that. And drop the pin on the floor. Hold on. Throwing parts all over the place. Of course, since we already did this once tonight, we have some experience on how to get this back together. All right, easier the second time, right? And we'll put the clip back on it. Throw the clip on the floor. Yeah, so I'm just replacing it. They had something different on there, but I'm just using these E-clips. You know, that's what goes in there. Wonder if I should use a bigger size, or if that's the right size. I don't know. And I guess when I burn my finger, then I'll know that the soldering iron's hot. Throw that out. Where did the trash go? It goes over there. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. So I had to, in order to take the brush assembly off here, I had to unsolder both of these wires. So I got to solder that wire back on, if you could see that. There's a wire there, and then I got to solder this wire back on that goes to the terminal here. So we'll get that. Of course, I had a picture of that somewhere to make sure. So let's see, if I put this like this, then yeah, that wire would go on that side. Okay, good. Did take a couple pictures, so that's cool. Some of that old junk off of there. Green screen would be cool. Oh yeah, probably would. Then you wouldn't see my mat, right? We just have a bunch of parts here. I'm trying to get this wire to wrap around that terminal. Still not getting that quite hot enough. Flubba. Wow. Takes a lot of heat there, unless my soldering iron's dying on me. That would be typical for, you know, a live stream, you know. Everything works until you do a live stream. Until you're, including your soldering iron, right? Well, I might have to find another option here if this doesn't solder on here. The solder doesn't melt soon. All right, another option for a soldering iron is what I mean. Ah, there we go. There we go. No. All right, you know what? I do have an alternative method to get that solder hot. Or burn the place down, that'll work too. You know what? Here, let me do it a different way. Get the old solder off of here, wrap the wire around it, and then solder it back on. Because there's a big blob of solder here that's all right. So I can get the wire to stay on here and then solder it. That would be the way to go. All right. Sorry about that. Nothing real exciting about watching somebody solder, but sometimes it's what it takes. So then we got to do the other side here. Of course, that wire gets good and hot. Okay, it's not the best job, but that'll work. All right, so this is interesting. If you notice on here, if you can see that, there's like a wheel and it's got two prongs on it. And the side of the motor here also has Ow, that's hot still. Yeah, there's two prongs on the side of that motor. So there's this little star-shaped piece that goes in there. So that would go like that. And then the motor goes like that. There we go. Then we got 2 screws, maybe 1 screw. Let's see what we lost here. Let's see. That fit right into place. Screw that on. Sorry, I keep moving this out of the picture. I move it close to me so I can see what I'm doing, and then you guys can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So just 2 screws here in the bottom to hold the motor in place, and then this wire comes through the other side, and it goes to. So it's going to go to. It's going to go to this terminal here. This one is grounded, and the other side of this motor is grounded to the chassis. So I only need to connect 1 wire to the terminal on that. So let's see if we could do this. I'm going to need just a little bit more of that. Let me get some, cut this insulation back just a bit. Yeah. This whole wiring, you know, it's like single strand, and it's got this cloth on the outside, and it's kind of a pain, but it's actually very good because this cloth doesn't melt. The cloth insulation doesn't melt, and it's very good. It's just that you know, it gets like little pieces of it that you have to trim off really good. And I can see that my soldering iron has got hotter, and that is actually working pretty good now. Of course, when I'm doing this on camera, it makes me shake, so. Well, that's not bad, but it's better. Let's burn the carpet down with the soldering iron. I still have these 2 parts that I don't. Oh, okay, there's actually 2 of them. Shit. I got one of these. Let's see, the outside one is the hot. All right. So that should theoretically be together, other than these 2 parts that I don't know where they go. Ah, darn it. These washers were supposed to go on the screws that hold that in. Darn it. And I put that piece in backwards. Well, let's see if this works here and see what kind of noise it makes. So we have the world's most dangerous Lionel power supply here. Let's see. 2, 3. Still going here. I have to strip that back further to get that on there. And let's see if one of these doesn't look like it. No. Or is I missing the screw down for this? Nope, that's not going to fit on there. Don't have one from something else. Let me see if a number 6 screw will work on that terminal right there. A number 6 nut. Nope, too big. That is not going to work. All right, so what we're going to do is put the wire on here. And I'm going to get a clip to hold that on. Just a minute. Knocked over the trash can. All right, that'll hold it on there for now. All I did was put an alligator clip on there. All right, we need some oil in there. Need some oil on that shaft. Oh, that must be upstairs. All right. You know what? Let's see if I have the other stuff in here. All right. So what we're going to do is try and get some oil down in here. And I need to do the other side, and what I need to do is take that cover off the other side because I screwed that up. If you remember, you're going to turn this this cover here that I put on it. It needs to go around the other way. Sorry, I'm working in. You can't see what I'm doing here because I'm in my own light. Screw over there. Where's a piece of metal we dropped? There we go. Just getting some oil down in here. I'm just using a toothpick. I got this tiny little container of oil that I use. I just use a toothpick, drip it in there, put it in there. So looks like I have 23 watching. Excellent. Thank you, everyone. So we'll put this back on like that. So we can get our screws back in without too much drama and dropping them. Okay, that's one screw. We're gonna have to take this apart anyhow, I bet. All right, a little bit of oil. See if that this still. Gotta figure out where those two parts go. All right, let's see if it actually works with coal, huh? Oh, we don't want to use that. Hold on a minute. All right, this is sand, and actually, what I do, I have a giant trash can full of sand, and I sift it real fine, and like the fine stuff goes into one bucket, and everything else that's left over, I sift it again, and then I have like some bigger chunks here. We'll put it in there like that. Uh-oh. All right, so that's a coal loader all fixed. So yeah, that was a project that I got for $5, and you saw what it looked like when I first got it. It was in pretty bad shape. I guess since we're here, it's already 9 o'clock. All right. Then how do you get, let me take this off of here, get the sand out of there. What happened to my comments? Oh, geez, okay. I'm wondering why nobody was commenting, and somehow this got stuck. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Great Northern. So those pieces, I should probably take this off and see if I can fit them in there. I'm sorry, I missed a whole bunch of comments. It didn't scroll forward. I thought you guys like left on me. What did I say, Ray? Yeah, it's a fun accessory and easy to operate and doesn't take up a ton of space. Oh, yeah, see, we probably got some sand stuck in the mechanism there. Oh, you know what? And I didn't oil. I didn't oil like this part here and down in here. So that's probably why we're having a problem there. Let me put that coal over there. You know what? All right, Ray. Well, got to keep everything moving smooth. Let me go back to my comments. Nice job. Thank you. Break-in period. Yeah, or maybe I should have some bigger rocks. In other words, some parts of this, I may need to sift some of the other stuff out. You know what? We're going to glasses. I need my glasses to find my glasses. And make sure that my comments are moving ahead. There we go. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know what was originally used, but that kind of sounds correct. So, we're getting pretty good at taking this apart and putting it back together. We got to get that spring out of here. Piece out. Oh, I see. Oh, no. Ah, there we go. So now, that should come out of there. We'll break that. So we'll put, well, okay. I guess it doesn't matter. Well, completely broke that. There we go. So we'll put, putting that piece right back on there. And then, let's see, I got to slide this in and then do the other side here. Because that's got to go. Yeah, I could see how that's jamming up there. You know what? Crap. Well, I can do this. We came this far. Cannot get that to line up. Soldering iron's still hot, so we'll melt ourselves with that. Take the motor out. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put those 2 extra pieces that I had. We're going to put those in and see what that does for us, if anything. There. Set that over there. Take this out. And we got that piece that goes in there. That. Oh, yes, I see. That goes in there so that the rest of this doesn't come apart, I think. And that's supposed to move that. I see. It's kind of hard to tell. So the pieces that I didn't know what they were right here, they go in here and they push against this plate and it kind of shakes the whole thing, which keeps the sand moving. So that's the purpose of these extra pieces. If you can see how they're shaped there. And that would go on there. So they're kind of spacers, and at the same time they keep they kind of make the whole plate assembly here, the whole feeder assembly, kind of shakes it a little bit to keep the pull moving through. So did I get those on there? Yeah. And I lost one of the bushings, didn't I? There's a screw. Now we got sand everywhere, so that's cool. And I lost the bushing. It goes on the end. Flashlight. Ah, there it is. I got it. I got it. Ah, found it. All right. Like I said, we're getting pretty good at taking this apart and putting it back together. All right. I'm sorry, probably out of view again. Partly. We ate dirt and drank from hoses too. That one. Where's the other plate? And I just dropped the screw. I heard it hit. Shouldn't take us too much longer to put this back together. Find that screw that I lost. There it is. Okay. Where are we on comments? Oh, yeah. Out of frame again. There you go. Must be our memory. Okay. So new comments. No, quarter bubble. Oh. Yeah. So I gotta find this here piece that goes in there. And this time we will put those washers in that belong there. If I can get this to line up. Okay, this time we'll put the washer in and the screw. And I know that other part's flopping around. Okay, it's one screw. And I got a washer around here somewhere. Or not. Okay, not that important. What's that do with that spring that goes in here? As long as we can get to it. Okay. And this piece goes in there. That goes in there. Where's that spring? If I can get a hold of it. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I should put that in there first and then do this part. So excited, and then I dropped the spring. Okay, hold that, relax. Grab it with the pliers. And that goes there. All right, we'll give this one more try. I don't know what we're going to do about the, well, we'll just make sure that it works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Oh, come on, Sparky, just 5 more minutes, man. All right, still got that plugged in. Uh-oh. Okay, it works. Of course, in my messing around, I broke the plastic off the end. That is shaking a little bit. I'll have to go back and look at that. But, oh, okay. This would go on here, and it just has a screw that goes in here. Yeah, like this. And again, the paint's worn off of that. I don't know if I'm going to bother painting that. I could get the I can get the right paint from Hennings, but like I said, if I'm going to paint this, I have to tape off the thing there. So that's cool. It's good to see it in action. Again, like I said, I love these old projects, or these old Tyco, or the old Lionel accessories. So I did have this, but it's already after 9 o'clock, 9:15, so we're going to say that's all we have. Thank you all so much for joining. Yeah, thank you all so much for joining. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll see what we can. When am I doing this again, Ray? Yeah, that's correct, Ray. That's what I was thinking. It's supposed to, those little cams that were in there are supposed to get this to move so that it shakes up the coal. So, oh, Thomas Crossey's here. Okay, didn't see you. Thank you very much for joining, Thomas. Yeah, if there's anything else that I've already done and like you want to see more of or something, put comments down, send me an email, let me know. Had a good time. So I guess we'll leave it at that for tonight. I mean, I could go on with other projects, but we'll leave it at that. And have a good week and see some of you at Timonium. And next 5th Sunday is December. Okay, I'll have something good for you in December. Cool. That's all I got for you. See you next time.